Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. I hope everyone is safe and healthy and ready for a new card challenge. I pulled out some older product from my craft room. This is Blvd's Fireworks and Freedom collection. I purchased this last year. At that time they didn't have 6x6 paper pads, they only had the 12x12 collection. And I needed to make a whole bunch of 4th of July cards to donate to a retirement home, so this is what I purchased, along with a bunch of the individual 12x12 sheets. So I still have a ton of scraps left over because I always buy extra, since sometimes it's hard to find a good patriotic paper collection, and I absolutely love this one. The collection kit that I purchased also included a 12x12 sticker sheet, and I still have quite a bit of that left. And it looks like this paper collection is still available, so I will provide a link in the description box if you want to go and check that out. So my card challenge for this week is to make a card using Patriotic Colors. And these are the patriotic colors for the country where you live. So obviously I live in the United States, so my card is going to be red, white, and blue. Although I know red, white, and blue works perfectly for several other countries as well, so that's really fun. For my card, I am using a card sketch. This is Mojo Monday sketch number 528. I'm using the blue star paper for the background, and I'm just layering all of these pieces on some dark blue cardstock. For this smaller rectangle piece on the front, I have this pattern paper with flags in the shape of a heart, and then just some red plaid paper on the side. And I decided to use some red and white twine for that top part of the sketch, which could be ribbon as well. I have a ton of twine, so I thought this would work out nicely. I just wrapped it around the card twice, and I'm putting a piece of Scor-Tape on the back side just to make sure that twine doesn't come off later. Then I'm also going to put one more piece of Scor-Tape on the very top, just so that very top edge of the card doesn't pull away from the card base. So I'll put some ATG on the back, attach my card front onto a card base. Then I cut one more piece of twine and I just loop it underneath the other two that are already on the card so I can tie my bow. I find it so much easier to do this as two parts rather than try to tie that bow while you're wrapping the twine around the card. For the sentiment, I pulled out one of the small stickers. This is the word freedom. And I just did a really small fishtail on the left-hand side. I'm going to layer that on some blue cardstock, and then I'm pulling in a few stitched stars, and I cut these out using some silver mirror cardstock. I'm just going to pop these up using my favorite thin foam squares. Put one on the back of each of them. So I'm going to put two of the stars in the lower left-hand corner, and then the last star is going to go behind the sentiment. So I adhere this star first, and for the sentiment I'm going to put a small scrap of cardstock just on the left hand side, trying to keep everything nice and even. I like everything to be at that same level. I felt like I needed one more piece of cardstock. And then I'm using some liquid adhesive since I want to make sure this stays put, since I'm placing it on top of that specialty paper. So there is my finished card, and I did make a total of 5. It's so easy to make multiple cards when using 12x12 paper, although I don't buy it very often since I prefer the smaller 6x6 size. If you would like to join my card challenge, you can head over to my Instagram or my Facebook page. I'm over at The Best Things in Life Are Pink, and I do have a link in the description box for all of my social media pages. Be sure to use the hashtag Kristie's Card Challenge if you're posting it on Instagram. And if you have the time, go and check out the other entries in the challenge and leave them some love. There's so many talented card makers out there. I'm really looking forward to seeing the variety of colors that will be representing countries all over the world. There is no time frame for the challenge. This is just for fun, so join in whenever you can. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.